Hey everyone, this is At Home, a series of videos where you ask me your burning hunt questions and I tell you what I think, part informed opinion, part conjecture. There's also some form of gameplay in the background if you want to watch that. First, I want to thank you all for the questions and apologize that I don't have time to answer all of them. There are some really great questions though. If you want to see another one of these videos, feel free to ask a question down below and subscribe. Video metrics are a useful way for me to see what is worth my time. Okay, to the questions. The first one comes from Nick the Stick, who says, what do you think is the best way to fix present economy issues inherent to hunt? Is there an issue at all? Specifically, that balancing weapons/equipment with hunt dollars doesn't keep high skill players who already have a ton of hunt dollars from using them. And honestly, that is a good question and one I think about a lot. So for the context, Hunt Showdown has three economies basically: blood bonds, trait points, and hunt dollars. Hunt dollars are the non-premium currency and can be earned through simply playing the game, extracting with bounties, and completing incentives like challenges and the Dark Tribute system. The problem that I see and that many others have been talking about is that there is little reason to prestige in the game, meaning many veteran players and patient gamers have amassed huge amounts of hunt dollars in the hundreds of thousands or even in the millions. Now, small caveat here, Crytek has not released data on how many active players have more than, let's say, 50,000 hunt dollars. So we don't know how many money bags are actually walking among us. However, the problem with this system as it currently sits is cost is often a way to balance weapons. So the Nitro Express, which has one of the furthest one-hit kill ranges in the game, costs like 1,000 hunt dollars, which is meant to dissuade players from taking it into every match. The Mosin and the Uppercut are in the $400 range because they are so effective and so sought after. But if you are one of these rich players, why would you ever care if your loadout costs 0.1% of your net worth? Personally, I see no easy way to fix this. People that have a lot of hunt dollars did earn that money, so you can't really take it away from them without some sort of reward or exchange. But I will say, since the Uppercut increased in price in update 110, I do see it used less, but I also see the Avto more frequently now than I ever have, at least since the Sparks pistol came out. Veteran players and people that play this game a lot are just naturally going to have more in-game money to spend. That's the reward for getting good at this game, is you understand how it works, how to earn money, and you get better loadouts more frequently. And I don't want to see Hunt become some sort of grind fest where you need to complete 10 challenges and get 3 extractions to afford a Mosin. I don't really like the cycle because I don't really like the in-game economy for that game. The only logical solution I could see is a hunt dollar cap, a maximum on what you can earn in your bank account. But long before Crytek implements something like that, I would love to just see some transparent data on what the hunt dollar economy looks like. And then the community could help inform decisions about what should be done to balance it. Do I think it works well enough currently? I mean, it's not urgent to me, but it is kind of annoying. So, quality of life, but not exactly the top priority. So I guess that's my non-answer. Something should be done, but also I think we should just see the data first. The next question comes from my Discord, from Hefang, who asks, if you could add any one themed skin into the game, what theme would you go with? I ask because I saw someone post the other day about having Hispanic gunslingers as a skin since none are in the game so far. He is talking about pants. And yes, I have also seen those posts. My Discord link is in the description if you ever need people to play with. Lots of cool people in there. But I want one particular hunter that combines elements of my favorites. So in the last video, I revealed that my favorite legendary hunter is the Beast Hunter and the Red Shirt. I like the Beast Hunter because he just looks correct for the time period and the setting, and I like the Red Shirt because I think that skin is a bit tongue-in-cheek, and Hunt has never been a simulation game to me. And I just get a little tired of skull-themed hooded characters. That's probably just me. So I used to dabble in Blender a bit, and one project I made was my ideal legendary hunter, a duck hunter. Here is my terrible render for that. I was never very good at it, and then I transitioned to just making videos, as you do. My reasoning for this skin: people love the bouncing bear head on Mountain Man, there are ducks in the game, and this is a game about hunters of sorts. What better way to tie all of this together than a duck hunter complete with ducks strapped to his chest and a wooden mallard on his hat? How else would he get those kills? I like this idea because he would still be a little silly, he would have some character to him, but his color palette wouldn't put him at a disadvantage like the red shirt or the Revenant. So if I could pick one skin, I would definitely do this one, and I would rock it all the time. Naturally, he would have a Romero and electric lamp or a spyglass skin. He is a duck hunter after all, and maybe he could have an Aloft skin since we are short on those. If you hate this idea, I totally understand. The next question is from Crimson, who asks, what do you think about the possibility of some of the Devil's Moon event perks staying in the game permanently? Personally, I think Flame Touch, Shadow, and Relentless could stay as like medium or high price perks. The others all involve some sort of healing, which I think would be hard to balance, but that's just my little 4-star brain talking. First, I want to say, regardless of your MMR, you can have an opinion on the game. There's no sort of like requirement to have ideas or feelings toward things. If permanent 6-star players had their way, Quick Swap would still be in the game, and there would be no movement penalty for jumping a lot. Onto the traits though, that is the big question about Devil's Moon. We know this event is supposed to be an experiment of sorts, similar to how Poison Sense got buffed in the Serpent Moon event to work at further ranges, and then that change came to live servers after. I am enjoying using Death Cheat because I can keep using my favorite traits, but I do have this growing feeling that it kind of breaks the game. I see more Terminus with levering now. Way more people have Physician and Doctor, so people can just disappear and come back with full health. Fanning is ever present, but at least that helps against shotguns that were growing in popularity before the event. Content creators love throwing around the word meta, and I have caught myself on this too, but the state of the game feels different with this event than it did before. Really, the only trait I think should absolutely stay in the game is the Necro self-revive, but even that probably needs some tweaks. I don't want people to abuse it to get into lower MMR lobbies, but I also want it to be encouraged to try for those risky revives because that's the fun of that trait. With the Lunar Pact, I think having constant health regeneration at full speed is just a little too strong for every player to have. On the other hand, with Relentless, getting rezzed without losing a bar is pretty strong, but I guess I would be open to that one being implemented in some way. It might help long ammo not be as strong as it is because there would be less one-tap players, and then medium and compact ammo, which are quicker, would have more of a place. I don't want Flame Touched because then stalemates could really take a lot longer more often. If you can't burn a body, you can't force someone to push, and that's already an issue with the Red Skull Revive, which is one of the most frustrating aspects of the bounties right now. So I guess Relentless and Necro Revive make the most sense to me, but that's also just my opinion. There's probably better ideas out there. But yeah, that is probably where I land on that one. I don't want all of them, but I am open to some of them in a tweaked form. Okay, how about some rapid questions that don't need a lengthy answer? The first one of those is from Nick Grasso. He says, what do you think about being able to dual wield hand crossbows just for the sake of fun and variety? I love the goofy weapons. For that, I will say sure. I am down for that. I love the hand crossbow. It's really powerful, and having two of them seems like a fun meme. What I will say is I don't want the ammo to be doubled. I don't want you to share an ammo pool with two hand crossbows because I think that would break it a little bit. It would be very annoying to fight just an exorbitant amount of chaos bolts or poison or choke bolts, so that would be very annoying. But if you could take two hand crossbows and have the ammo of 1 just for the speed of the second shot, I am all for that. The next question is from Mr. Grilled and Fried. They said, if you could create a new game type, what would it be? My answer for that one is simple. Gunfight from Modern Warfare 2019. Single compound, 2 teams, same loadouts. That's it. That's all I would want as a sort of casual, but still competitive experience separate from Bounty Hunt. The next question is from Jish Bozen. If you could pick a different setting, sci-fi, dystopian, fantasy, etc., for a game like Hunt Showdown, which would you want to see? I am hopeful that Crysis 4 will have a multiplayer mode that is Hunt Showdown inspired, and so I guess that is future sci-fi. I'm not the biggest Crysis fan, like I played them a bit on Xbox back in the day, but since it is CryEngine, I think Crysis 4 has the best chance of emulating what makes Hunt so special. And Crysis 3 had multiplayer that wasn't terrible, so I guess that's my bar on like what I would want. That being said, I'm not sure how Hunt Showdown would translate to having automatic weapons and like invisibility cloaks, but I feel like Crytek could do something cool with it, and they already have Crysis 4 as an IP, and if anything, that might help its popularity because people already know the name Crysis. It is famous, so yeah, why not? The last question is from Appleseed, who says, what would you feel about a raid map? After doing some sort of task, you can load into a smaller map, but with new and more difficult enemies for more money. That sounds cool, but it also sounds like a different game to me. It sounds a lot like The Division, which the raids in that were pretty interesting, but also not for me, really. I'm not crazy about raids, and the draw of Hunt has never been the PvE, at least for me specifically. However, I do think people want a co-op PvE experience from Hunt. I just don't know how popular it would be, and I would much rather see development time go into improving Bounty Hunt or adding a smaller PvP mode that could be enjoyed more casually, not quick play. But that concludes this episode of At Home. What do you think we should do about the Hunt dollar economy? Do you hate my terrible blender skills and legendary hunter skin idea? What traits from Devil's Moon do you want to stick around? I have a gameplay video coming soon that is a little different, but be sure to subscribe for that because I haven't seen any other big channels do it. I don't think. It's kind of hard to search for. Anyway, thank you for the questions, and until the next video, goodbye.